And the red corner, Monsawan, Lookklongchan, 19 years of age, started fighting when he was 14. He's 5 feet 3 inches tall, weighs in 109 pounds, has had 32 fights for 13 losses only and 15 draws. And the blue corner, Dummylek, Sor.Dreamcar, 19 years of age, started fighting when he was 13. He's 5 feet 4.5 inches tall, weighs 104 pounds, 30 fights, 10 losses, 12 draws. On his knees is Dummylek, Sor.Dreamcar. That's a name for you, Dreamcar. No doubt when he was a youngster, he was dreaming about buying a car, and when he showed ability with his fists in the ring, draws. So he likes to go the distance. So expect this fight probably to go the full rounds. Monsawan. See Monsawan's record 32 for 13 losses. He's had 15 draws also. So again, a fighter that likes to go the distance. So you got two tacticians here at work tonight. And if you're looking at the fight record, you would imagine that this fight is scheduled to go the full 5 rounds. There's the Ramaway, the dance of the Muay Thai warriors. There's the referee taking a bow. Now when you're watching Muay Thai, the importance of the referee is far more than just being an adjudicator of strike blows. His job is to keep the action going, and unlike boxing or kickboxing, if a referee considers that a fighter is not fighting up to his standard, or should he not be doing the best he can, the referee will stop the fight and award it to his opponent. So the referee has more to do than just adjudicate the rules of the bout. His job also entails keeping the action moving and keep making sure that the fighters do perform to the best of their ability. So as you're watching this fight, watch the way in which the referee keeps the action moving. He's always talking to the fighters, telling them what to do. And if he sees any fighter that's being a little bit slow or showing signs he's not doing his best, you'll see the referee move across and have a pep talk to him. That's all part of Muay Thai. And you can see there in the red corner, Monsawan throws out a hard teep push kick to start off the sitting. Look how much smaller he is than Dummylek. Must be giving away a few inches. In fact, if you look at the record, he's 5 feet 3 inches tall. That's Monsawan in the red. And Dummylek is 5 feet 4.5 inches. So an inch and a half height advantage to Dummylek in the blue. That would probably mean that Dummylek's tactics will be to get in close so he can get the advantage with his knees in the grappling. Normally the taller fighters have the advantage of the grapple. Dummylek in the blue. 1.5 inches taller than Monsawan, and Monsawan's tactics are already pretty obvious. He's going to use teep push kicks if he can, and then come in punching off the tactics of the smaller opponent. Monsawan in the red, roundhouse kick to the body. Dummylek holds back, then comes into the roundhouse kick himself. Head high kick there by Monsawan. Knee by Dummylek. And Dummylek has to be very careful that he doesn't allow, should I say Monsawan needs to be very careful he doesn't allow Dummylek to get his knees working, because that could be disastrous for him, because with the height advantage with those knees, Dummylek can well and truly get on top if he gets in close. See the way he's got his knee up there, hoping for the Monsawan to come in. Now Monsawan's will be told to keep back, punching, using teep push kicks to keep Dummylek away. And those long, wide, sweeping roundhouse kicks, they're also effective against the taller opponent. See what Dummylek's tactics will be. No doubt as this fight goes on, he'll be striving to get in close and get the grapple on. But now he's quite content to stay back and fight the game plan of Monsawan. And Monsawan just wants to stay back, swing with his roundhouse kicks, come in punching. Dummylek will try to get his knees working as soon as he can. No power on that blow. It was more of a trip there, or should I say a slip by Monsawan in the red. Classic encounter here. Small, tough fighter against a taller, wiry boxer. Knees versus punch and power against the taller, skilled fighter. Dummylek not rushing to get into the grapple. Monsawan doing the attacking. Monsawan breaks from that grapple wisely too. But he's trying to slap in that roundhouse kick to the inside thighs, hoping to wear down the legs of Dummylek as this fight goes on. Good knee attack there by Dummylek. T-push kick by Dummylek. Hard knee by Dummylek. So Dummylek's clever now as he's sassing out what he should do against Monsawan, who's an awkward fighter to fight. He's so tough. Monsawan looking at getting in and landing the big punch if he can. Monsawan's tactics are very obvious. He's going to try to get in there and work on the legs of Dummylek, and then when he gets in close, he's going to try to punch and go for the knockout. Dummylek's going to use his longer legs, and particularly his knees if he can. Longer, you see, got that teep push kick moving, Dummylek. Roundhouse kick to the body. But the real danger of Dummylek is if he gets those knees working. But to do that, he has to get in and grab Monsawan. If he does that, he takes the danger, faces the danger that he could get hit. And you see that Monsawan is quite capable of landing a hard punch. Monsawan stalking now onto Dummylek. There he is, that punch is cocked. Couldn't land it. There was a punch after the bell. The referee comes in and warns him, giving not as much a warning, but let him know that don't do that again. Here's a slow motion. Here it is. You can see the barreling style of Monsawan trying to get in to get that big punch in if he can, but he couldn't do so. Now we go into round 3. See how this fight unfolds. No doubt Monsawan will stick to his tactics. Barreling in and hoping he can get the big punch in. Dummylek got his roundhouse working now. Knee by Dummylek. Another knee by Dummylek. Punches by Monsawan. Monsawan, keep push kicking. Trying to get in with that big punch if he can. Here's his chance. A hard punch there by Monsawan. That one got through. Monsawan's going to try to go for the big punch. Knockdown if he gets the opportunity at any stage he can, he'll do it. Comes in how hard onto Dummylek. Dummylek weathering the storm, gets his knees working. Dummylek, deep push kick. Monsawan stalking in onto him. Now into the grapple by Dummylek. Well, that was dangerous there. Monsawan almost tried to grapple with him. I don't think he's really got the power or the height there. There goes Dummylek with the legs and the knee. Get the knee working again. Okay, now the grapple. See how it goes. Knees by Dummylek. More knees by Dummylek, and Monsawan breaks it. Now he goes back to punching. Well, now Monsawan's decided he's going to try to grapple and punch at the same time. Could be dangerous. Good knee there by Dummylek. Now, watch when Dummylek gets the grapple on. Use his height to his advantage. Dummylek with the knees. And a good knee by Dummylek. Elbow attempt by Monsawan. Classic encounter here. Monsawan, the taller fighter, getting going with his punches. Got his elbow cocked. And with those stinging roundhouse kicks, Dummylek standing back and then using his knees and roundhouse kicks himself, countering the attacks of Monsawan. Knees by Dummylek. Punch power by Monsawan. Punch kick combination by Monsawan. Well, Dummylek's finding the style of Monsawan very, very awkward indeed as Monsawan comes in now. Knee by Dummylek. He's always got those knees to even up the score if he wants to. Another late punch by Monsawan as the end of round 3, and this fight is deadlocked in my book. Punch power of Monsawan. Been aggressive for 3 rounds. There's that hard punch by Monsawan. That one connected flush onto the face of Dummylek. Watch the knee. There it goes. That's what Dummylek's got. That's the big advantage he's got. When his knees get in, they are very, very powerful. Round 4. And this is a classic encounter. The taller fighter, Dummylek. The knee craftsman against the puncher, boxer, kicker, Monsawan. Dummylek so far hasn't been able to really do anything to give him the points advantage with his knees, but with 2 more rounds remaining, expect to see Dummylek come in with his grappling and his knee techniques. And that's a danger sign for Monsawan, as we saw there, that the way Dummylek did move in and got his knees working. Monsawan has to keep Dummylek away. There he goes, Dummylek again coming in, barging with those knees. Scored 2. Now Dummylek backing back. Monsawan comes in onto him, punches. Those punches don't score very highly though. Leg grab, ploughing technique by Dummylek. Now comes Dummylek in with double knees. As I was saying, the punching power doesn't score high. The only advantage of the punch power in Muay Thai is if there's a knockdown. Because really the referees, not so much the referees, but the judges consider that punching is not high scoring. And so a lot of this punching you're seeing of Monsawan is not scoring very well, but that knee you just saw then scores top points. And that's what Dummylek's good at, is the knee attacks. Monsawan on the attack against Dummylek. Dummylek kicking. Now Monsawan on the attack against Dummylek. Punching, that's what he needs to use to get in hard and really upset Dummylek. He can get in and score a really hard punch and continue it on, he's in with a chance. But really what he really needs, the way he's fighting this particular event, he really needs a knockdown, because those punches aren't scoring very much. They don't score hardly at all. And every time that Dummylek comes back like them with a knee attack, he would have scored points and keeping himself ahead of the game. Courage plus though by Monsawan. He's got the difficult job ahead against him. He has to score knockdown. Dummylek can stand back, play around and get in with the knees and impress the judges. Monsawan has to get in there and really knock down Dummylek and put a lot of pressure on him. Here he is again, Dummylek counter-kicking beautifully. He's in front, he knows it. Dropped his head slightly, and frustration there on the face of Monsawan as he does a wild kick to end the round. And as we've now entered the end of round 4, Dummylek would have outscored him in that round with those knees. You can see them there, the knee. They've got him a little bit ahead. And there's frustration now coming into the face with the realisation of Monsawan that his tactics aren't working. He's almost punched himself out, and he's not really having much of an impression against the taller Dummylek. And there's Dummylek with his knees perched up high into the grapple. That's where he's going to score well. More scoring by Dummylek, and Monsawan starting to really get into trouble now against the taller opponent. He's really got no answer for those knees. Now Monsawan coming in onto Dummylek. Dummylek kneeing well. Monsawan in trouble. Forced back onto the ropes. Out goes the knee by Dummylek again. Dummylek kneeing, scoring with repetition now. And Monsawan, as we go now into this final round, Monsawan does need a knockdown. Dummylek's doing it easy now. Defending himself well against the punches. And Monsawan's not showing any sign that he can knock down Dummylek. And Dummylek's almost done enough to win this fight. There he is again with the knees. Superior technique is the taller fighter. Those knees are incredibly powerful. And you can see now he's scoring them randomly now every time he comes through. And Monsawan really frustrated. He can't get in. Can't break through the defence of Dummylek, and certainly can't match him in the grapple. Over the years I've been watching many fights of this type, this calibre, and rarely have I seen the smaller fighter able to defeat the taller opponent, particularly one who's mastered the art of the knees. And in this sort of standard of fighting, if a fighter has fought like Dummylek has for 30 professional fights, he knows how to use his knees, because with a taller fighter, he needs the knees working to get the upper hand. And you can see here, there's a good attack there by Monsawan. It's not over yet. Not all over yet. Here comes last chance by Monsawan to knock down Dummylek, and Dummylek standing back, showing respect now to Monsawan. Monsawan, this could be his last chance to knock down Dummylek. He needs to knock down to win, but there goes the knees of Dummylek. Every time that Monsawan looks a little bit dangerous, Dummylek comes back with those hard knees. There it is. End of round 5, and no doubt in my mind the winner will be Dummylek. Superior technique. One last chance there it was for Monsawan to win by a KO. Came in hard, punched hard, but Dummylek was able to weather the storm. And once he got his knees working, well, that was the end of it for Monsawan. But not a bad attempt, though. Fighting spirit showed by Monsawan. We'll wait for the final decision. I'm sure you're going to find that the victory will go to Dummylek. Sky-piercing knees by Dummylek as winning the contest.